Howdy YouTube and everyone else on stream. This is the Mr Hadwick Championship Invitational Season 2 Finals, which me and Ethan should have casted a long time ago. I would be casting with Ethan today, but unfortunately he's feeling a bit under the weather. So instead I've got like third tier Ethan Steele, IB, the man who does... Well,
that's pretty good. I thought fourth.
Yeah, well, yeah, I realized that as I said it.
Yeah.
I was going to say the man who refuses to go to bed, but here we are. And it's actually, in a way, it's good that you're here because you played in this season of the Mr Hadwick Championship Invitational, so you clearly know these two teams amazingly well.
Yeah. I hate them both. I want them both to lose.
Yeah. So we're going to see, once we resume the game, we are going to see the Grant's Amazon team, Street Seinfeld, versus Vasarius Dire Strokes, which is a human team. The Amazons are at team value 1390, whereas the Strokes are at team value 1400. So this should, by all accounts, be a pretty tight game. You ready to resume?
I am.
I will do a countdown then, and we'll resume on now. 3, 2, 1, now. Here we go, and apparently I'm on the Orc Stadium, which is fun for me.
Got a nice snowy pitch.
Yes, and I will switch over to... I'm gonna use the positionals, I think. So by the looks of things, the Street Seinfeld decided to... No, yes. Street Seinfeld shows tails, and Sig. Oh no! Yes, Strokes decided on tails, and and the Seinfelds decided to receive, which means the human team is setting up. So we might as well go through the human team. One apothecary, 3 rerolls.
Pretty standard.
Yep, pretty standard. Hang on, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And a total of 12 players by the looks of things. 4 blitzers. Or I guess we should start at the top. The Ogre with guard, so 1 level up, which is really good for him. Then we've got the Sultans of Shield. I'm going to mispronounce all of these. The Blitzer with block tackle. I'm going to go with numbers here for a bit, so I can show them, which is number 2. Monet for nothing. Tackle Mighty Blow. Number 3 here. And number 4, Love Over Goch. Has block basically, and then calling Escher. Number 5 has block and Mighty Blow tackle as well. So a lot of tackle on the human team, which is really good going up against Amazons, of course.
He knew he would go up against the Amazons, so he was getting the tackle.
2 catchers, a surprising amount. That means he's always going to have at least 1 catcher on the pitch. 1 with dodge catch, block and sidestep, and the other one with nothing. And then the linemen have shit and nothing, except for going Homer, which has kick. So basically all the stat ups on the blitzers, which is both good and bad. I mean, they're really strong in this matchup. The Amazons, 14 players. And 4 blitzers as well. Blodge tackle on Cramerica Do Not Enterprises. And only Blodge on number 2, the speed table book. Number 3 and number 4 both have Blodge and guard. Jerry Emergency Snow Route, George Animal Crossing. Unfortunately, number 4 is one to look out for, because number 4 might be off the pitch here, because number 4 only has armor value 6.
Those orcs hurt him real bad.
Let's see if that's the case. No, actually, she's here somewhere, I think. Or she's just not here at all. That might also be the case. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there seems to be no number... Oh, yes. Number 4 off the pitch. So a lot of Amazons, actually. I was wrong about them being 14. There's clearly... No, I was right about... Yeah, there's 14. I'm sorry. I'm a bit slow today, apparently. What else do we have that's interesting? Nothing on the thrower, which there's one. Actually, there's 2 throwers. One of them has blodge. The other one, nothing. 2 catchers. One of them has nothing. The other one has blodge as well. And then the linewomen on the Amazon team actually do have some skills. Number 10, Slow Children at J. Peterman's has dodge guard. The handicapped spot, number 11, has Dodge Wrestle. Two-way Traffic Any Bania has Blodge. And then finally, the Merged Griffin Show, number 14. Another one to look out for here, because Dirty Player is always fun. And especially when the Amazons have so many players, they can
afford a bribe?
Apparently a bribe, yeah. If they did buy a bribe, it does mean that the humans probably could afford to buy something as well, because according to the rosters we got, there's only a 10k team value difference between them, so they shouldn't be able to get inducements from the team value difference. But we'll see. Unfortunately, the way this interface is set up, it's kind of hard to tell who's got what, because you can only see it on the loading screen. But yeah, so the humans are going to have, I think, a tough time knocking down the Amazons. But on the other hand, the Blitzers are the good players on the human team, and they should have way less of a problem. And they did manage to knock down the Ogre, which I totally forgot going over all of those players.
Putting all the good guard to use there.
Yeah, definitely. So you've played against both of these. Which one did you play? Because you got knocked out in the semi-finals, didn't you?
Yeah, I was playing against the Amazons, if I recall correctly.
And how did that go? Other than, I mean, you lost, but...
I made a mistake in not going for a touchdown on turn 2, and then my War Dancer got surfed for it. And then basically I started getting lots of injuries, and I had about half a team for the rest of the match. So I got a bit unlucky with the injury rolls, but I was playing Wood Elf, so that happens. Yeah,
it's one of those things where you're like, oh, well, I guess I've got half a team now.
I mean, I could probably have still done something if I had a chance to score right at the end and make it 1-1 in the first half. But I failed that, and then he scored, so it was 2-0, and I was like, out. So, but both teams pretty strong.
Yeah, and like in case you didn't know, the Mr Hadwick Championship Invitational is a tournament where the players that have the top teams in the current season in the Mr Hadwick League gets invited. They all create a new team, and then then there's a league and a playoff.
Yep.
And there's money and honor. Yeah, prizes on the line. Speaking of prizes being on the line, if you're watching this like right now on whatever, it's the 24th or 25th of October, there's the community extra live stream on the 25th, which is mostly hosted and organized by Fake Life this year. So if you're watching this during that time, which you might be, you should stop watching this and go watch the stream instead, and then give money to charity. There will be links in the description below. If you're watching it afterwards and gave money, good on you. We like you. Comparatively. I mean, you know. Okay, back to the game. So the Amazons made their move. A pretty standard semi-safe cage here in the back, just guarding the ball.
Yep.
The
screening.
Yeah, the Ogre boneheaded, so that's unfortunate for the humans. But it seems like they are going for some kind of... Well, they're going for elf screen, basically. Which is an interesting choice. Because it works really well on the left-hand side. We're going to switch over to position names now. But
it's going to create an opening on the right.
Yeah, or in the middle. Now, granted, most of the Amazons are to the left and in the middle. But still, it's interesting that so many pieces are committed here to the left. Especially with the Blitzers in the back. Because the Amazons are in no position to score this turn. Which, on turn 2. They only have 6 movement, so they're not the quickest team.
Would you run the catcher on the right down the field now?
Well, I think like catchers in most teams that are not elf teams usually trick me up. I mean, the catchers on the Amazon teams are fine because they're inexpensive and everyone has the same stat line, so you might as well get some catch. But I usually don't do a pass play with Amazons. I mean, it's definitely doable, but in a final, I would not score on turn 2 or turn 3. I would stall the heck out of it if I could. Because the Amazons have so much blodge, and they have more guard. Now, granted, the Blitzers do have tackle, which, I mean, that's a problem. But considering the humans are currently screening the Amazons, they're only going to get, like, 1 tackle blitz per turn. And the Amazons actually have 14 players. So they can take part of a beating too.
It's pretty much going to come down to attrition.
Yeah, and I mean, the human team, armor value 8, which is really good. The main problem they're going to have, looking at the, oh, that's the first KO on Earnsbound Train. That guy did not have anything. Not even any SPPs, so, you know, that seems horrible. But yeah, like, the humans have 12 players, but 2 of them are catchers. And, I mean, the catchers are fast, but they're still only agility 3, and they're strength 2. So, at best, you can use them to add assists if they're free. But, I mean, as soon as, like, right now, with one of the other players KO'd on the human team, the humans are at a strength disadvantage in a way. They do have their ogre, which kind of mitigates that a bit, having strength 5 and guard. But yeah, he's having a lovely boneheaded time at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in the back with the Amazons if they move forward. But it seems more like, yeah, so just moving to the left, not really, like, doesn't want to engage. Moving the, like you suggested, moving the catcher up. And, I mean, it's always nice to have a scoring threat, even if you don't plan to score with a catcher, because this is a pretty, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the catcher can get in, like, 3 squares away. I mean, the thrower can get 3 squares away from the catcher and then pass, which should be, like, a... With a GFI, it should be probably a 3+.
Ooh, wow.
Oh. Well, that was definitely worth the foul, even if we can see now that the bribe has been used. But I mean, even if there was no bribe there, that would definitely bring worth it. The apothecary, though, for once, actually doesn't maim the injured player even more, instead electing to just change it into badly hurt. So the ogre is going to come back in the second drive. But yeah, that was...
I think I might be a second ahead of you, because...
Yeah, I think so too. You definitely are. So do a quick pause and then come back. I'm at 3:39 right now. 38, 37, 36.
I'm 1 behind you now.
Well.
Oh well.
Just have to speed up. Press the plus sign and then the minus sign quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, so... And that's one of those cases where, like, that's what you want to happen when you're fouling someone. But honestly, you never really expect it to happen. You're like, whoa, ooh. So that's an excellent result. But we can see that the humans are, well, they're trying to fight back here on the left-hand side. This is a pretty open thrower. Like, granted, the humans will have to blitz to get there, but just movement-wise, both the thrower and the blitzer here should be in range.
But is actually basing the thrower going to do anything, because he can just run away?
Well, you say that, but these are Amazons, and they only have agility 3, and if you base it with a blitzer, then they're gonna have to spend their blitz getting rid of the human blitzer, because tackle removes the dodge, remember? And once again, you don't...
Would the blitz be better spent on the catcher that's downfield, though?
I don't like. I would go for the thrower every time. I mean, it's a valid play to go for the catcher in the back because it's easy. But that's also, if you do that, you negate you give Amazons even more strength advantage here well, around the ball, because you're removing a piece. Actually, you're removing 2 pieces because Amazon catcher is strength 3.
You think putting the pressure on, forcing him to score, is much better.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. That's a 1 on the first GFI. There are rerolls around, and the reroll succeeds. So that's really good for Vasarius. So yeah, base thrower. It's actually possible here, but probably not very likely that they're gonna run another player in. They can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so they can run this other blitzer down as well, which means that the thrower is gonna have to dodge out, or they need to commit so many players that they can chain push both the blitzers off. Okay, so this is interesting. The humans are growing on the offensive, which I like. I like seeing this, forcing the opponent to try and get out and hopefully make roll some ones and fall down. The catcher, of course, is still here. Oh, well, no, electing to only base the player with
doesn't want to do the extra going for it with no.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but there are a bunch of look at this. Even though there's a free path here, and there are 5 open Amazons here in the back, which is not that great. But the humans are down to 9, whereas Amazons still have all of their players. Oh, and I like this position on the thrower. Realizing that, well, we can't really stop them if they want to run through, so it's better to run the thrower forward towards the Amazon thrower to put even more pressure on. It also makes it harder for the Amazon blitzers here to get to this blitzer. They need to commit at least 1 player to remove the assist from the thrower.
Overall, very good turn.
Yeah, so we'll see how the Amazons play this. Yeah, so committing a line woman on the thrower makes sense, and this is a good throw. This is
the assist if they want to put.
Yeah, exactly. And here comes the blitz, and that's a defender down, defender down. That's a very reliable result. But that was using the dodge wrestle piece, and I'll tell you how important the Amazons felt it was to get rid of that blitzer. They do not want that that thrower to have to dodge out. Defender stumbles both down on this blitzer. Oh!
Ouch.
Badly hurt. And that guy's not coming back because the apple's already been used.
This is not looking good.
Yeah. And we do know that the Amazons bought a bribe. But we don't know what the humans bought. Because they should have bought something, I think.
I would assume so.
They should be gotten the same amount of money, so they might have bought maybe Bloodweiser Babes, because it's clearly not another apothecary, because that felt like a pretty solid. If they had another apothecary, it would have been used at that point, because that's one of the more important pieces, and it's a badly hurt, so you can guarantee that that piece is coming back.
Is the throw running? Oh.
Apparently, we're getting some. That's not how. Okay, so the Grant is saying in stream chat that they got a babe since they had 10k more value, so 9k in inducements. But that's not. That shouldn't be the case. That's not how inducements work.
Unless somebody put money in.
Actually, no. Hang on.
Right?
Let me think. So no, that's nope. I'm just being a dum-dum. So what happened is that the Grant bought a bribe for 100k, which boosted that team's team value to 1490, and since Dire Strokes had 1400 already, they got 90k in inducements for that. So good play on the inducements math. And a solid movement forward of the ball. That's like That's moving it a really far way, actually, for being Amazons. And it's being held by a blitzer, which is kind of slightly unexpected, maybe?
He's just there and free.
So yeah, so this is going to be, if the humans want to stop this, they're going to have to make 2 dodges. We've got the lineman here that can easily move over and give an assist, and I think this blitzer should be in range. 1, 2, 3,
I'm not
4,
sure if
5,
they actually
6,
want to stop
7,
this.
8, 9.
Well, they just want to force the score so they can get their ogre back in.
Yeah, like, I mean, granted, like, they need to move a piece. They need to move pieces down there to at least threaten, because otherwise the Grant is just going to keep the Amazon blitzer down here and stall till turn 8. Fake Life, do you mind telling us what the prizes was for first place? So we can amaze.
I think there was a list, and you got to pick from the list.
Ooh. That does sound nice. Okay, so using the catcher to give the assist, smart move. The catcher, of course, already has dodge, and this one has blodge and sidestep, so it should be pretty sticky in case they don't manage to knock the catcher down. If one of the blitzers or whoever's going to blitz, probably I would assume that there's going to be a blitz here, but who knows? They might. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What the humans could do, I'm wondering if they're debating it. Nope, they're blitzing with the blitzer that doesn't have tackle. There is a blitzer here that can get over there. Oh, and that's a failed GFI again. Reroll. And reroll. And both down, attacker down. That's not good enough. There's a blitzer down here, Sultans of Shield, that with 2, 3+ dodges could get there and do the blitz. But that's pretty risky, comparatively. Apparently, you got to pick. You got to pick three games from a list, and on that list was, amongst other games, apparently the Dawn of War franchise, which is a total has a total value of more than, at $100. So if you don't have any Total War, woo. But yeah, so solid games on the line. But I'm sure. Oh, finally we see the humans come back and at least get a KO on a line woman. With not just any line woman, a line woman with guard. That is. According to the games were picked and the gift cards handed out, about $400 in prices for this season of Mr. Hadwick Championship Invitational. That's a solid prize pool for an esport game such as Blood Bowl.
Well, it's the fastest growing esport probably.
It's the fastest growing board game, dice rolling, fantasy football based esport there is.
I've heard. I'm expecting
sweeping the nation.
I'm expecting the Amazons to score actually this time.
Yes, I would too. They have moved the speed table book up here to give an assist, and if they can remove the assist from the catcher, then they can get the blitzer away. The problem is that they can't, as it looks right now, they can't actually blitz free.
No, the dodge seems like the best option.
Yeah, but
no tackle.
Yeah, the problem with the dodge though is that if it fails, the ball might scatter off the pitch. So there's inherent danger with just dodging out. But at the same time, it definitely seems like the most solid play right now. And even if the blitzer falls down, I don't think the humans can punish it hard enough next turn because they don't have any piece. They do have two blitzers here, and if one of them gets the ball, they can run pretty far away, but they can't outrun the Amazons.
No, the Amazons got too many players down there.
And that's also a fair point from Stream Chat. The humans are down to 1 reroll on after 3 turns, and out of 3. So, and that's a 1 and a 6. Which is the first use of an Amazon reroll. Oh, we're going to see a surf. Surf. Yes! Finally! Oh!
Nice.
Ow! And that's badly hurt.
This reminds me of the last game the Amazons played.
Apparently the prize pool was slightly lower at 320 bucks. But, you know. That's almost 400 bucks.
Almost 420.
It's still I'm still going to claim it's the highest prize pool ever.
And there's the play. Oh! Okay.
Well, wow, you're slightly ahead of me again.
Still?
Yes. Because you oohed before me. That's a ballsy move, though.
I'll pause.
That is definitely a ballsy move by the Grant and his Amazons. Because there's at least a catcher here, and it's just a dodge away.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this Blitzer does have Blodge, and the Amazons are slowly but surely just brutally, well, they're just murderizing the humans. 4 turns, 1 KO, 2 casualties, and an apothecary use. So actually 3 casualties.
Yeah, but the humans, they can run back enough players to make it so that we can't get enough assists over there.
So
this is still risky.
This is definitely risky. Like, I am not sure I would do that play, but this is the final, so I guess the coaches have a game plan in mind.
All the injuries he's caused.
Yeah,
he's feeling confident.
And to be fair, that's an average of 1 human piece off the pitch per Amazon turn. That is really good. But I think that's kind of I'm not going to say the draw, but that's one of the strength of the Amazons, that they look kind of weak, but they're actually really bashy because they have pretty good sustain. They're hard to knock down, and they also have a lot of blocks starting out, so they can pretty reliably. No, that's a lie. They can't reliably clear the pitch, but in a surprising amount of time, especially at lower team value levels, they do remove a lot of pieces.
I can't disagree. You know I love to.
And yeah, so we're gonna see what the.
You're gonna see the blitz in a minute.
Yeah, I would assume so. Like the only pieces he had. What now?
Why did he blitz?
Yeah, now you're definitely ahead of me.
No,
I'm at 210, 29, 28.
I'm on 28.
Oh, that's why he blitzed.
How am I pausing and getting even further ahead? Maybe
I don't know.
Still fast forwarded.
Maybe you are. But holy shit. So that's the reason why you want that guy to blitz, because Mighty Blow and Tackle is a really potent solution to the Amazon problem.
Just murderize him.
Exactly. And, I mean, to be fair, there is something to be said about, okay, you want to stall out? I'm going to put a catcher next to you, and then I'm going to try and kill the rest of your team while you do that. Because
problem with that is he's got enough backup players that it's not going to affect him.
Yes, that is true, but at the same time, the backup players that he does have are of lower quality than the ones he has on the pitch. And that's a catcher with Blodge removed and one of the guard pieces KO'd. So, like, at least there is some ability to remove pieces. And it might actually be one of the reasons why he selected to not push so hard to get the Blitzer to the Amazon Blitzer to score. But we'll see. Also, moving that Blitzer back means that the humans have no quick counter. Like if the Amazons snake eye and drop the ball, they can't quickly move it to the other side of the pitch. They're gonna have to hold on to it and try and secure it. But I mean, at the same time, currently there are way more humans down here in the backfield, next to the end zone, than there are Amazons. So next turn, well, someone is probably going to get knocked out. I'm not sure if it's humans or Amazons, but shit's going to keep going down.
That the Amazons are going to score this turn. It's too dangerous to keep stalling.
Well, the blitz came from the thrower, which means that the blitzer with the ball is not going to blitz out. Granted, this is a catcher with a sidestep, so that's pretty sticky still. But the blitzer needs to move, because otherwise the humans actually have the options of scoring for them, or at least a block and a blitz. But we'll see what happens. Okay, well now the Amazons are following up. Oh, and here comes a foul. No, probably, possibly, should be a foul. But it is the blitzer, so it's probably not going to be a foul actually.
He has got tackle and mighty.
He's
blow.
got this is mighty blow tackle piece. This is the piece. If you're
going to foul, yeah.
If you're the Amazon team, you want to foul this piece after the over.
With the dirty player line woman, which seems like to make the most sense to me.
Yeah. Well, the dirty player line woman could run in and foul.
I expect it.
We'll see. No. Oh! Stall did not pay off.
Oh.
And that's the snake eye coming out. Let's see if the humans can capitalize on this. There's a catcher with blodge sidestep that can pick it up and run away, but I don't think the catcher can outrun the blitzers of the Amazon team.
You could try for a crazy punt downfield, though.
What they could do is try and remove this thrower here in the back. Have the catcher pick it up. Or actually, well, the thrower is probably the best at picking up, just looking at it, because past sure had some blodge. But have the thrower pick it up, and then remove the other thrower, and then just run the catcher down. And then just try and secure it with the other blitzers that are still around. But yeah, it's gonna be like I'm really interested to see if it's the thrower that picks it up or if it's the catcher that attempts to do it. Because I think the most
what I would do is I'd get the catcher to pick it up and hand it to the thrower and have the thrower just throw it far down field. But I'm a crazy guy.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't do that play, but that's mostly because I don't have any pieces that can outrun the Amazons right now, and the position the thrower's in means that he can't actually run past this line of Amazons below him. He can run to the side, but he's still going to end up on the same line as these Amazons, and then he has to pass it.
I don't feel there's anywhere safe that I can like semi-cage up the ball.
Yeah.
There's too many Amazons around down there.
Okay, and a defender down and a stun. That's really good. I think what we forgot to mention that's actually really important in this case is that the blitzer stunned herself when she dodged, which means that blitzer is not going to do anything the next turn, which is really important for the humans, because otherwise she, and the same with the thrower here, would have been really dangerous. That's two more pieces, and now the only Amazons they have is this piece that's lying down the speed table book, and these four surrounding the scary human blitzer. And they, with movement 6, are going to have a hard time just running around getting to the ball. But we'll see. I'm expecting the human to run straight up, well, diagonally up, and end up somewhere here to the right on by the LOS. Just as, yeah. Oh, no. Stopping. Okay. Don't want to be the scoring threat yet. Remember, this is turn 5, so there's only 3 turns left after this. Which is definitely doable to score for the humans if they manage to get it. And, oh, here comes the blitzer. Wants to... Oh, and actually managed to get it too. That is really good. But who are you blitzing? No one, apparently. Oh, there we go. And that's a defender down. Ooh. This blitzer's doing work, but that was unfortunately just a soft push.
Well, I was wrong about the cage.
Well, so was I. I expected the catcher to run further. Mostly because I didn't think the blitzers could run around this Turner of Love lineman and get to the thrower. But this is definitely this is a secure cage. Comparatively. Like, I don't think the Amazons can get into it.
I'm expecting an elf screen in front of the cage.
Yeah. And remember, this is the Amazons started this drive, so ending this half 0-0 is really good for the humans, stopping the Amazons from scoring, because they are not, like, they're fine at scoring on their own turn, but they are not good at they're not as good at stealing the ball and then scoring, because they can't run away with the ball basically. But here we go. The Amazons are basing the humans. Which is an interesting tactic.
Well,
not
they can't
breaking
be
the
knocked
cage.
down as well, so it's...
Yeah, let's see if this dirty player line woman is gonna run back here. She could run all the way over to the Darling Pretty. Darling Pretty. If you wanted to with 2 GFIs, but that's apparently not gonna happen. Instead, moving forward and basing even more players.
Would you do the one die block with the line woman?
Yes, because this line woman has blodge against nothing.
Oh, no. Block. She got wrestled.
Yes, you're right. Vroj. He's got Vroj, I guess. But on the flip side, of course, is that if she were to skull, then they have no defense because the thrower's holding it, and it's such a good play at that point to risk it for the humans to run forward with the thrower past the lineman, and then the lineman could run away.
You have
so
a
I think
reroll.
you do have a reroll, but looking at it, like, not blocking is definitely the safer play here. And what you definitely don't want as the Amazons is the humans scoring on your drive.
You don't want that as any team.
No, what? No, but I mean there are other teams that are at least better at recovering from it, like Pro Elves.
I'm still thinking about that last game.
Yes, I'm never gonna. Vrej, Dressel, or Dossel are some of the suggestions from Stream Chat. Okay, here comes the blitz from the humans, and it seems like
they're just gonna run down.
They're gonna run away.
Well,
And make, yeah, and I think it's a solid choice, just making a loose elf screen cage here as well. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the thrower run diagonally forward and then have the catcher dodge out possibly, because that's actually the catcher might stay. We might see the blitzer in the back here dodge first, because the blitzer, even if the blitzer falls down, this line woman probably can't keep up with the cage if or runs his full movement, which he might not do, but we'll see. This line woman here in the front could dodge out and blitz, which is probably what the humans is worried about. That is unfortunate for the humans, because there's a free thrower here and there's a free line woman here. Now, the thrower still has blodge, so... the thrower is hard to knock down. Oh,
there's a free blitzer with tackle.
Yeah.
Right at the top there.
Yes, and the thrower going to give an assist to the linewoman here in the back. I was not really expecting that,
well,
but...
the blitzer can then...
That's true, but this is still a... This blitzer has block. This linewoman has dodge dirty player. And... I don't know.
I think it's worth it to get the tackle on the floor.
I'm kind of surprised that the Amazons are going for all of these blocks on the human blitzers first. Because it does mean that the Amazons players are spending their movement. So if they actually manage to, like, say this blitzer here in the back with tackle manages to knock the ball loose from the thrower, then who's gonna pick the ball up? I guess it's gonna be the blodge guard. Nope. Like there's no one left to pick the ball up now. Which I think is a slightly a slightly odd choice. I mean, it's not a bad choice as such, but it does show that they feel like they're playing on the defensive right now, and the most important part is making sure that the ball stays down here rather than they actually scoring this turn. So they're gambling on okay, we're gonna knock the ball loose now, and then next turn we're gonna pick it up and score. Which, I mean, from the looks of things, both down push, that's not good enough. And that pushes the thrower, and here's the reroll. Push defender down, that is good enough. Oh, but that is not where they want the ball to scatter to. That is just one linewoman. And the humans can probably remove that.
They can definitely remove that.
What they could do here is move the catcher up to give an assist and a tackle zone and try and dodge the blitzer with block out, push the linewoman back, and then have the thrower dodge out, pick it up, and hand it off to the other blitzer who'd then run down the pitch. But we'll see what they do. That would probably be my play. It's a slightly risky play, but the payoff is so good at this point. Oh, but they're not doing that. They are also, I guess, playing it as safe as possible. Doing the blitz chain from this side, chain pushes the thrower, well, not free, but it chain pushes the Amazons away from the ball. But I
had to dodge anyway.
I would like to see this thrower dodge out, pick it up, and stand next here, and then, but at least see. I want to see this lineman dodge out and be in scoring position, just for the sake of being in scoring position, because then the Grant needs to make a choice. Do I want to try and blitz with a 1-die on the possible scoring threat from the line from the humans, or do I want to try and knock the ball free from the humans here in the back?
Are you saying do the dodge out with the lineman before you?
No, I'm saying doing it now when the thrower has succeeded in his dodge and picked the ball up. And I probably would have moved the thrower one over to the right.
It's probably deciding whether he's staying there or running.
Yeah.
And throwing, right?
I mean, there is an option to run now and throw, but I don't think that's a good option. Remember, the thrower was knocked down, so he's only got like 2 movement left.
If he gets the ball anywhere down there, it's going to be much harder for the Amazons to knock him down and score.
Yes, but at the same
safety.
Well, at the same time, the handicapped spot here in the back, regardless of where the thrower throws it, can probably dodge out, pick it up, and then throw it back. I mean, it's not as easy as it is for the humans to throw it or to punt it, but it is, like, I mean, it's possible. But yes, there's a bunch of different. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, because there are several plays here that makes these last few turns in the first half play out pretty differently. Okay, we're going for a run.
The throw?
I would assume that we're going to have a throw here because I don't see the...
Is it the throw to the lineman? Or is it
perfect launch, and it's a punt. And it's next to the lineman. That is... Well, that's two things. First of all, that's the humans throwing away their chance to score in the first half. And it means, more importantly, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so this lineman here, he cannot be blitzed down by any of the Amazons in the backfield on the human side of the pitch. The only way to move this ball forward is for the handicap spot line woman to dodge out, pick it up, dodge out, and pass.
Considering how things looked 4 turns ago, I'd say it's a pretty good result for humans.
Yes, it definitely is. And realizing that there's no one to blitz, instead going for a high value target on the human team is a good choice, I think.
Yep.
Oh, and here comes a foul.
It's the tackle guy again. That poor guy.
Yeah. This is pretty interesting, though.
This is
and a KO. But remember, the humans do have a babe, so he might come back. Let's see if we... They should at least attempt this play.
Yeah. It's definitely...
Like, there's no reason not to. I think the main question is, do you try and dodge through the tackle zones and make the pass easier, or do you dodge around? And it seems like...
Dodge around.
Dodge around. I would, too, have dodged around. Okay.
Catcher.
Go. Oh! And that's a fumble. And a reroll. And unfortunately, because it's a long bomb, that's a -2. And it's yet another fumble. I wonder how the ruler looked. And I think it would have probably been pretty hard to avoid the long bomb here. Unless you go for 2 GFIs. But that 2 would have been pretty scary. Okay, let's see if the humans can give the Amazons some kind of payback here. We do have a blocked tackle blitzer in the back that should probably do some kind of blitz. But that's probably about as much as they can do.
They get 2 punches off. And they should probably do it on the tackle blitzer.
Yes, I would agree. On the other, I mean, it is possible to get to one block with a catcher and then a blitz in, but I don't think it's worth it. Push. Do we see? We should see a reroll here because there's one reroll left. There we go. And that's a defender stumbles. That's good enough with tackle and a KO. That's a good result.
That's the end of the half.
It should be. Oh, here comes the thrower.
Is he going to go for a crazy vanity pass?
I think the lineman's going to go for the vanity pass. Yep. But it failed. And that is the end of the first half. The Amazons really bashy, removing a lot of the human players, but then the human players actually stopping the Amazons' drive, which has to be considered a good result for them. Oh, that is unfortunate for the human player, though. Both the KO'd Amazons are back, and that means they're playing with a full team, whereas the human teams with the extra babe still has 3 players out, and they only started with 12, which means they're down to 9.
A babe actually did a thing.
A babe did do a thing. Without the babe, the humans would be even worse off. And this is the humans' drive, so they kind of need to score right now. And remember, this is the final, so we're playing with the cyanide, the weird cyanide kind of golden touchdown rule. If the game is tied at the end of turn 16, the game gives the players 4 more turns to just keep playing, and after those 4 more turns, if the game is still tied, you get 4 more. And I think that's it. Is it? I thought you only got that twice, and then they just rolled for it. But I've never gotten that far, so
I think it continues forever.
I honestly I think it continues too, because I think we've actually cast a game that ended up in like turn 22 or something.
I'm sure I've streamed.
Well, it would be turn 24, wouldn't it?
But I'm pretty sure it goes up.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever played that long.
It's one of those things that I never remember because it so rarely happens. Because first of all, you rarely play playoff games, and it's even rarer that they're actually tied at the end of 16 turns.
Yoga's back.
Okay, so... Oh! Look at that. An ogre. And 9 players. It is still possible that the humans can do a lot of damage here. Unfortunately for them, 2 of the blitzers are out. And the one that's KO'd is the Mighty Blow tackle piece. And the other one that's badly hurt is a Mighty Blow tackle piece. Meaning the 2 blitzers left, they only have 1 tackle.
What time are you at?
I am at 128, 27, 26,
okay,
25, 24.
I was a little bit ahead, so I just paused it. I think I escaped the cutscenes.
Yeah, never do that.
Well, that's what you just instinctively do as a player.
Yeah, I know.
Cutscenes.
I mean, as soon as I said never do that, I was like, did I escape the cutscenes? Maybe I did.
Everyone else does it. It's just reflex. Okay, standard setup.
Okay. Well, Stream Chat is debating what happens. I mean, in theory, you can both teams can kill the other team completely at the same time. In theory, it's possible, and apparently no one knows what happens then, which seems like it's going to end up in some weird infinity loop where the turns just keep on going. I guess. I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, Thursday. My cat has she's gotten really bad at, like, being cuddly because she jumps up on my desk and wants me to pet her, but then
you put the towel thing up there.
Yeah, I put a
rug.
Yeah, put a rug on the desk so she can lie on it, but which she does, which is why she jumps up on the desk, because she knows that she can sleep on rugs, but not much else apparently. But she tends to roll over and fall off it a lot, where it's like, ooh, rub my belly, and then she falls off. It's like she's really bad at it. You're really bad at it. But hey, the ogre is back after being gone for 6 turns. I was gonna say instant result, but hey, it's a stun. And attacker down, both down, and another stun, which is hardly surprising considering they're blocking. They're blocking line women. And this is the dodge wrestle. This ogre should have 3 dice.
The first was a blitzer.
Yeah.
So
the guard blitzer too.
It's a pretty good result.
Actually, both of them, guard blitzer and guard line woman.
I'm still expecting them to just do a center cage.
I would expect that too. At this point, I think it's fair for the humans to try and play it slow. They put some, run the catcher up, be a threat, and just try and score late, because
I'm not sure I'd run the catcher up because
no,
he's
you might,
exposed.
yeah, that's true. You might want to keep the the catchers back, but at this point, the Amazons they can in theory score in 2 turns. It's highly unlikely though. If the humans score on turn 15 or even turn 16, they have a good chance of winning this game.
Pretty much wrapped up. Okay.
But it seems like running this lineman forward seems to me like someone is going to put a blitz on that blitzer.
Well, he does have tackle.
Yep. But the question is, who's going to blitz? Because
I guess the lineman?
they need to commit more pieces for that blitz, though, because there's a thrower next to him.
Maybe he's just there to man mark him and stop him from causing trouble.
That's possible. And hey, the ogre did a thing that wasn't as good as it could have been.
Well, he could have boneheaded, so...
He could have.
It's positive.
Right. Okay, and that's a catcher. Oh. More. Oh, it's because the armor value 6 blitzer is in.
Ah, so he's going to be blitzing him.
That's a push and attacker down. That's not good enough. And I think we should probably mention that the Amazons actually did get an extra reroll on, I would assume, the kickoff result.
Yep.
And I think that's... Oh no!
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this means that the Amazon thrower can easily run up and put a tackle stun on the ball. The catcher can with a GFI. No one else can, like, this blitzer can in theory get there as well. But just putting 2 tackle zones on the ball here is going to make it really hard for the humans to pick it up. Because even though they have a thrower with sure hands, they still only have agility 3. And agility 3 picking up the ball in a tackle zone you do on a 4+. Which is 50% of the time, but that's just not good enough. That point's just luck.
I'm wondering where he's going to be doing with blitz. Possibly taking out that lineman so that the blitzer can get down to.
Yes, that would be. I agree. That's a pretty smart move. Oh no! Going for another lineman here. I'm surprised that the Amazons went for that lineman. Okay. So the reason they really want to get use out of their dirty player, and to be fair, it's worked out great so far. But I do think it's slightly greedy to go for that. Or rather, I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not punishing this failed pickup more. They have the man advantage on the pitch, or in this case, the woman advantage. But they're only going to send down, I would assume the thrower is going down, and possibly the catcher. And you're right, they could have sent down 3. And with 3 pieces there, it would have been...
much more difficult.
Yeah, because with these 2 like this, the humans can actually clear them out with a...
chain push.
Exactly. You put one of the blitzers, you put a lineman above the catcher and one below the catcher, and then you use this free... tackle blitzer here and just get rid of the thrower. And then you're okay. But it'll be interesting to see what the dire strokes do. I mean, even if they manage to clear these 2 pieces out, they can't really move the ball into that secure location.
Just near the ogre is probably the best location they can get.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you put it near the ogre, you're actually in the middle of everything, which means the Amazons are going to punch you.
Probably. But they're going to do that anyway. You could run it back, I guess.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, that's a good strategy for... Oh. Okay.
What?
Not going for the chain push
He's
here.
going to push it into the ball so he can try and get a pickup.
Wow, that's risky, though. I wouldn't push it into the ball. Yeah, well... that didn't really help them that much.
Well, he can if he circles it though, he can. The Amazons can just push him into the ball and try and scatter it as well. So it's.
Like this is. I mean, there are still more humans down there, but I feel like at this point it's the ball in such a location that it's kind of a toss-up. Someone's gonna get lucky and pick it up at some point.
Yes. Do you go crazy and like try and grab it with a thrower?
I probably would have. I might have moved the catcher up, my catcher up next to the other catcher. Mostly because the chance of the catcher actually, the Amazon catcher actually picking it up, then I would have had someone below the catcher, so the catcher couldn't just run straight down. Now let's just have a quick look here and see if this catcher is actually in scoring position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So there is no Amazon in scoring position, which does help the humans quite a lot. I would probably have still tried to pick it up here because it's the thrower and it's a 4+ roll.
Pick it up.
Yeah, like he's basically a Khemri thrower. And also, we need to see what's going on up here. Okay, that's a defender down on the ogre.
Well,
or
not on
with the ogre, which is good. If the ogre moves up, he's giving some extra assists. I'm sorry, Thursday. I'm going to have to help you later. I've got important stuff to do. She is so annoyed with me. The humans are taking most of their turn. I don't think I've seen them be down this far on the turn timer before.
It's very difficult knowing what to do from here, I'd say.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
It's like, do I?
Oh,
risk
that's
something?
a good result.
He's doing it, taking the 1 die box because he's running out of time.
Yeah, and the 1 die blocks are paying off. That's a... Oh, no! That's a horrible result. That's the Blodge sidestep catcher out for this drive. And that was probably who was going to score. The person who's going to score, because Blodge sidestep and movement 8. That's like one of 2 pieces that can actually run away from the Amazons. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens now. I would assume that the Amazons are going to push someone onto the ball. Probably the catcher if they can get rid of this lineman here, which they should be able to do pretty easily.
They could just push the blitzer on.
Yeah, but the blitzer they need an assist. Oh, okay. Getting rid of people in the back, making sure that the humans can't score. But I don't think he was in scoring position either. Oh, nope, he wasn't.
The ogre is doing some work right now.
Mm-hmm. The ogre is tying up 3 Amazons. It's really impressive. That's exactly what Dire Strokes needs right now. A piece they can't really rely on, but that can reliably remove threats on the... What is going on? I can hear him, yeah. Yeah, she is... There is something... She wants me to play with her, I think. I think that's the thing.
So, no.
Okay, and here... Wow, here comes a blitz and a dodge out. That was... kind of ballsier than it needed to be, and that is not the scatter the Amazons wanted. It's not... It could have gone way, way worse. It could have scattered onto another human that could have caught it, but that's not in any Amazon tackle zones, and it's actually hard for them to get to it, too.
It's impossible for him to get to it.
Yeah. And attacker down, attacker down. Reroll defender down, attacker down.
That's good.
Oh!
Both catches out.
Well, so that... Holy crap. How many humans are there left? There are 5 off the pitch and they had 12, so 7. That is brutal. And the weird thing is that the humans are still in a much better position when it comes to actually picking the ball up.
All the Amazons are down the other end of the pitch right now.
Yeah. That's attacker down and a push. That is not what the humans want. Because they... Oh. Okay.
You expecting a blitz to push the catcher away?
No, they can... It's possible for them to blitz with the thrower onto the catcher. And then possibly dodge out to pick it up. That seems to be... Defender down. That's what they wanted. See, do they scatter onto the ball? No, they don't. That's probably a smart choice.
Pick up.
Oh, and the ball is in the human's possession for the first time this half on turn 11.
But where does he go now?
That is a very good question. And there are very few places where it's actually safe for this thrower to be. Somehow, some way, the humans need to put a threat down the pitch. It doesn't... In this case, it doesn't actually help them to just hold on to the ball to the end of the half. They can't turtle this. They need to score a touchdown before this half is over. Because if it ends 0-0, the game's just going to keep going. And these guys are not going to come back. Like, the blitzer, the 2 catchers, they're out if that happens. But this seems like a pretty solid choice here. The question now is, do you risk activating the ogre? On a 1, that ogre boneheads, and then you're kind of sad.
I think first I'd probably dodge that lineman up.
Yeah.
To help secure a kick. Semi-kick.
I don't think I would actually activate the ogre. Well, here's the thing. What I would do is I'm like, I should not activate this ogre.
And then you would activate it.
Yeah.
Yep. Same. You just have to take the chance to knock like the thrower away.
Yeah.
Something. It's just you can't just stand there. He's got so many free Amazons. You can just knock the ogre down anyway.
Well, also like one of the things that if you do actually activate the ogre and block one of them down, if you don't knock the piece out, you're actually freeing them from the ogre. Because the ogre is probably not going to follow up.
If you hit the thrower and then fold up,
yeah,
like
that's probably, if you were to activate the ogre, I would say that's the best option. No, actually, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't block the thrower and then... Are you saying he should follow up or not follow up? Because if you follow up after a block on the thrower, then the linewoman with guard that's then next to the ogre would just move down diagonally and put an assist on the thrower. So that wouldn't work. Oh, and the humans are using most of their time again. Managing to dodge out. And trying desperately to secure the safety of the thrower. Their thrower is still really hard to knock down. There are, of course... Let's see, how many tackles are there on the Amazon team? There's only 1 tackle. And do they have a wrestle piece? Yes, they do. So they have those options. But that's basically a 5+. If they manage to get to an assist, of course, it's greatly improves the odds. But that's still a lot. What they could... Okay, so moving a guard blitzer forward. So now there's an assist on the thrower. So it's just a question of who's actually going to run in and do the blitz.
The tackle blitzer?
I would expect the handicap spot, the dodge wrestle piece, but actually no, because that's a GFI. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So Kramerica do not enterprises. It's probably the one that's going to do the blitz here. The problem, of course, with going from that direction is that there are a lot of humans around this ball still.
If you knock it below the other blitzer, then it could scatter out free away from them. Yeah,
luckily for the humans, they have a blitzer here, which kind of effectively blocks the 2 Amazon blitzers that are up here. Oh, going for the ogre first, pushing him around. I don't know if that was such a good move, because there are still so many Amazon pieces tying up this. Oh, here we go. So that's why that happened. So did go for the dodge wrestle piece. We were expecting the tackle piece, and
no reroll.
No reroll. But to be fair, I don't think the Amazons are like. At this point, it's just annoying that you can't knock the thrower down. Like, I don't think they worry too much
about. They've got 3 rerolls and it's turn 11, so it's a possibility.
No, it's definitely a possibility, but I think it's like, at this point, it's still too early to. We definitely must knock this thrower down. I mean, look at the human situation right now. What are they going to do next turn? They need to run. They need to pick a side and run, basically. Either go to the left or go to the right. And now they knock down the ogre. So the ogre is only going to base 1 linewoman next turn if that ogre doesn't bonehead. Oh! Oh! Oh, things just went from bad to worse.
So violent.
This... I think at this point the humans just need to run.
Where? They're surrounded.
Probably to the left. If they can activate their ogre, go to the left. No, they need to. How many players do they even have? Like, they've got 6 off the pitch. And the ogre activates. And there's a lineman up here.
6. They've got 6.
Yeah. So...
I feel like the lineman has to dodge out and run down. Definitely.
Yeah. And then somehow they need to...
dodge out with the blitzer and knock down the thrower, or knock the thrower away from their thrower, and then the thrower can go down and try a pass.
Yeah, or just run over and stand there, because the thrower's still way better at holding onto the ball than this lineman's ever going to be. Oh, and that's a failed dodge. Reroll works out.
That's good enough.
Both down push. That is good enough to remove the...
tackle zones?
Yes. And that's a good runaround from the blitzer there, making sure that the thrower, even if the result was a push, you knock the thrower as far away as possible. So the human thrower is free. Now the question...
dodge away with the lineman though, with no reroll.
No.
It's too risky.
Well, what he could do is he could just try and dodge for the lineman and leave it like this.
You could stand the lineman up and then try another punt.
Yeah, but I don't think that...
Like, he's got limited options.
Yeah, but they're not that limited yet. Like, it's... Yeah, I know, like, and something needs to be done at this point. Like, if he gets a good play... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Like, if he gets a good roll and manages to do a play and actually scores... then he can hopefully get a few of his pieces back, and that changes the game entirely again. Okay, here we go. And ooh, yep. So this is looking very punty right now. Or does he risk GFIing next to the ogre? He does. Ooh. Ooh. So I want to go like, oh, that's really risky, but of course it wasn't. It was two plus rolls, but when you don't have any reroll to use in the turn, those are those rolls are scary, especially in the final. Oh, and having the lineman stand over there, I'm not sure.
He's gonna have the lineman run around, do some going first.
Yeah,
Completely.
yeah. He might move this Daleen pretty, dodge him out, and try and and that's the end of the dodging.
He's still got dodge and block, so he's got a chance of staying up.
Yeah, I mean, the Amazons are going to get a 2-die block.
They might even get
on the thrower.
Can they get 3-die?
No, I don't think that's possible because they need to come up. They need to get strength 7, and for that they need 4 assists.
Like if they knock the ogre away, you can possibly.
I don't think they have enough guard available to do that reliably, though.
I think they could possibly get enough players up, but they might have to like dodge.
But that's also one of those things. I don't think it's worth it to commit that many Amazons to the thrower, because what they want to do is plus they have a reroll. So what they want to do is use the dodge wrestle piece. I would say,
yeah,
blitz the thrower. Secure the ball and then possibly move that down, because once they secure the ball,
he's hitting the ogre.
I don't know. Yeah, it seems. Well, the dirty player piece hasn't moved, so they do have a block on the ogre.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't like. This is not the piece you want to block the ogre with, though, because this piece does not have block. So you only knock him down on a 5+.
Well, he's just trying to knock down. I think he's just trying to knock him away, so he can get.
Yeah, but you can still eat. See, now you already have a 2-die block on this thrower. And defender down push, so that lineman's out. And that was with the dodge wrestle piece, so
he's going for the tackle. Where is he going for it?
Well, yeah, well, no, because I don't know where the tackle piece is right now. That's a defender down, both down. That is a good enough result, though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so the tackle piece is back here. Can he actually reach? You counter the squares.
I can get 7.
Okay, here we go. So 1 GFI, that works. Defender stumbles, defender stumbles. That is good enough. That is... Holy shit!
Is he in scoring range?
Yes! Yes, he is.
Does he just go for it? Like... he could blitz into the
he could use the thrower to blitz. But yeah, like,
this is it. This is the big play.
Well, it should definitely be hang on, let's see how much. Yeah, so stand the thrower up, stand the ogre up if possible, just for the heck of it, and then blitz out on this blodge blitzer here. Let's see, how's it looking in the back? Yeah, so there aren't that many Amazons in the back here.
Why does he push him to not have to go for a temple zone?
Okay, here we go. Attacker down. Reroll. Reroll. What's the result? Both down. Oh, that's a shame. That was... not what the humans wanted. And the defender down, push straight away on the thrower. And this is the blodge tackle piece holding onto the ball. This is looking really grim for the humans all of a sudden. I mean, it was looking grim. It's been looking grim for a while. But They've been holding on to the ball. Wow. Game has been pretty up and down so far. Like, Dire Strokes made the most out of having like no players on the pitch, and this is like, I mean, if they for some reason, well, they can't actually. They can't force the Amazons to score in turn 14. They could possibly, very unlikely though, force them to score in turn 15, which meant they'd have one turn to do a one-turn touchdown, which is possible for humans. It's not super duper hard. However, it is super duper hard when you don't have enough pieces, and currently they're down at least 2 pieces, even if all of these KOs come back. So
they have no chance to force anything.
Well, they can dodge with the blitzer, and then hope that he doesn't get knocked down next turn. Dirty Thick Skull does a thing. If the game is tied, there will be overtime.
You have been warned.
The sign that says angrily. Okay. Let's see what the humans can do. They can stand their dudes up. And I think that's pretty much it at this point. Oh! Deciding to dodge that with a thrower first, making sure... Yes, and making sure that you, in the unlikely event that... Well, to be fair, like, I mean, the Amazons could, in theory, try and go for the easy blocks first, and then just quad skull. I mean, it's very, very unlikely that the Grant does not move his ball carrier the first thing he does. I don't think it's going to happen, but theoretically, it's possible.
I think we're going to see a blitz here on this.
Yes. The question is, are we going to see a blitz with the lineman here?
I think the blitzer, because he's got tackle.
Yeah, but
and then the lineman should be free to get up and just walk.
Yeah. The problem with the blitz. Oh, that's okay. Well, the lineman had to stand up first to get a 2-die block, and that's a defender down. So that's good. Do we see a dodge?
Dodges.
Dodge. And that's a failed dodge. Reroll, and that works. And the humans are all out of rerolls. No more. Whereas the Amazons still stuck at 3. They've used 1 this half. But that was, all things considered, that was a pretty solid result from the humans. I don't think they could have... They couldn't have produced much more than that. And the linemen are actually in a position where the Amazons can't outrun them. And I mean, it's highly unlikely, but with the current position of the pieces,
I would have moved my Amazons from down there up to man mark these linemen first before doing the blocking.
Let's see. So it's a 4+ into a 6+ into a 2-die against. And the Dire Strokes have stopped the Amazons from scoring. Oh, dirty player! Does not work. The refs had enough.
Would you use the blitzer to blitz the ball carrier?
Yes, I would move down the Darlene Pretty first, though.
Yeah.
But actually, no, I wouldn't. I would blitz straight away, because this is my 1 turn to do it. And it's very likely to fuck up. But if it doesn't, I would want that lineman to be able to pick the ball up if it scatters out into the crowd and goes somewhere else. Or actually, hang on, let me count some squares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I would move the lineman down, remove the no, doesn't work because they both have guards, so never mind. So yeah, this is, here we go. Oh, the animation tricked me.
Yep.
I thought he made it. It's looking so good, and then he just fell over, and I'm really sad. This is a slightly tricky situation,
he actually fell on the going for it.
Oh, he did.
If he'd just gone straight there, he would have made it.
Well, yes, he would have. He would have. Wow.
Don't do going for it. Never.
I think the path he went was the. I think that's slightly safer though.
It's
like,
slightly safer, but I would.
Actually, I'm not even sure if it's that because I'm really bad at calculating those kind of odds where it's like, okay, so it's a 3+ rather than a 4+, and then it's a. And then you remove a 2+ die. But the Amazons are electing to stall it out until turn 16. I would have scored.
I would have stalled.
Well, the human blitzer is going to do the same thing again.
Yep.
And I mean, it's very unlikely to work, but it is going to happen. And if the Amazons scored, which they could reliably, like it's a question of, do I think it's more likely that the humans have a chance to score on 2 turns? No, it's the human.
You could dodge the cat if you're really worried. You could dodge that catcher up towards that lineman.
Yeah, like actually, it's the humans' turn 16 next. So, like, is it more likely that the humans score in 1 turn, or that they knock the ball loose on turn 16?
They don't need to score. It's going to go to overtime if it's 0-0.
That is actually true. You're right. You're right. So yes, you're right. They should probably. It's probably smarter to stall. I keep forgetting about this stinky overtime thing. It's.
Okay, Mr.
Well,
Lineman.
actually, if it's overtime, it's 4 turns, so they have to stall even further. Oh.
Let's see.
Aww. Stinky lineman can't even dodge properly.
GG.
Failed on a 3+ by rolling 2. And then even failed to knock himself out in shame. And that should be the game. I'm not going to press escape to end this animation. I'm going to enjoy all of it.
I'll do the same then.
But now I'm going to press escape. So yeah, that was like that was a pretty back and forth game. The Amazons took, I would say the Amazons took an early lead when it came to the casualty battle, but holy crap did the humans hold out.
Well, the Amazons stalled when they could have just scored.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
They let the humans back into the game then.
That's probably true. And the MVP was the dirty player. Excellent.
Of course.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think we can finally say, after which the both the coaches sound like Fake Life is known forever, but the winner of the Season 2 of the Mr Hadwick Championship Invitational is the Grant with Street Seinfeld, the Amazon team, making a good showing and just bashing the shit out of the humans.
Those
Holy
Amazons
crap.
were very, very bashing.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think the problem for the humans was the sustain. It was such long drives that they couldn't get their players back. If the drives had been shorter, they could have possibly gotten their Chaos back and probably could have hurt the Amazons back a lot more. So good play from both teams there, and especially the second half. The humans stopping the Amazons from scoring in the first half, and then the Amazons just slowly but surely removing all the humans on the pitch.
If the humans had the Mighty Blow tackle pieces on for longer, I think it could have been a different story.
That is true. Also, more importantly, and I think this is important to point out, very solid fouling play from the Amazons, getting the most out of their dirty player there, and actually using it to good effect.
Well, that's why they got the bribe.
Yeah, going in with a bribe, getting rid of the ogre early on, and then just keeping at it when it was possible to do it. Very, very well played. And before I end this recording for the YouTubes, don't forget to like charity stream. Guys, come on, seriously. There's a link in the description, probably. Like, just, I don't even know why you're still listening to this, because, well, I guess if you're listening to this while you're actually loading up the charity stream, then that's fine. But I've been cKnoor, he's been IB,
Hello.
which he usually is, and
Bye-bye.
you should go to bed.
No, it's only 11.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye-bye, YouTube.